Well, we're about to start here.
There we are. You can tell this.
Yeah, getting kind of used to this starting. Thanks for letting me in
No
video
problem.
today in the studio.
Hey, welcome back into KXLO Live. Please forgive me. I'll be hacking a little bit, but not as bad as it has been. But anyways, thank you again to the crew that's kind of filled in today or this week. It's been a busy week with basketball tournaments kicked off, and so things are going pretty smooth there. I will catch up with the Lewistown City manager. I'm not sure if she's out or she got stuck in meetings today. That happens too. But anyways, I got Representative Shane Clacken in the studio today. His schedule's always busy, and we're going to talk about some 4th of July. It's going to be here before we know it, but we got a couple other things ahead of that. But that's part of his schedule that he's working on, and that will take him all the way up till the 4th of July for that.
That's true.
Good morning, Shane. How are you?
Good morning, Heidi.
How's the busy world of political world, I should say?
Well, it's never ending for sure. You're taking constituent calls and trying to plan for future, keep up with what's going on in Helena. And by the way, I do appreciate you letting me come in the studio today to film this, just to try another way to communicate.
Yeah, because you're all about on all social medias now, aren't you?
Yes,
For the most part.
yes, we are trying to get efficient at using it. I want to get as many people informed as possible, and in newspaper, radio, Facebook, X, Instagram, my website, shaneclacken.com, my YouTube channel, Shane Clacken for Montana. So we're trying to figure all that stuff out, and also be at as many events as possible. I'd really like to spend some time at the basketball games, and you just informed me that my hometown grass range, when it is, they're going to be this afternoon at 3 o'clock, and I will be in town, so God willing, I'll be able to make it.
You'll make part of that game anyways.
Hoping to.
All right. And what was it gonna before we talk about 4th of July, because we got the filing open for all the Fergus County, or for the primaries anyways.
They did.
So, but for Janelle, she needs poll judges.
Yes, we need to give our clerk and recorder, Janelle Tuchek, some help, and people coming in to help provide work at the polls. She needs about 100 people. There's 2 dates for training for them to come in and for her to certify them as poll workers, March 24th and March 25th. Both days are at 5:30. You don't have to come both days. One day is enough. It's not a 2-day training, it's one. At 5:30, and it's an hour and a half, depends upon the number of questions and how all that goes. But we do need to give our clerk and recorder some help in that regard. It's just hard in this environment for people to volunteer to do things, and you do get paid for it. You're not going to make a living at it, but you do get paid.
Yeah, and not only do you have judges at the Trade Center, but you have to have judges at like Moore, Hobson, or not Hobson, but Moore, Winifred, all those precincts also
Every precinct in the county, yes.
needs judges.
That's why she says she needs about 100. And that helps with shift. Some of them are open longer than others, like Grass Range is typically noon till when it closes, which is better than some places are open really early and they close really late, especially up at the courthouse.
Yeah. So if we can help Janelle out, that would be great.
And if there's anything that I've not saying accurately, I want to hear from, Janelle. Make sure when I'm here, I say these things correctly. I don't want to say anything that's not correct. But that's the way I understand it based on having a conversation with her earlier.
Yep, she was in earlier too. And her number is 406-535-5242. And that's the office number that you can call and get signed up if you want to help or more information on how to do that. And I think if you do it this time, I think you're good for 2 years, I want to say.
That'd be a better question for her, but I believe you're
don't
right.
Don't hold me to that, but I want to say it's every 2 years you have to get recertified. So, but it's a good time to get certified if you want to help do your civic duty, so to speak.
Yeah, please do. This constitutional republic we're part of requires participation, and voting is one, but we have to have the poll workers to make those votes count, so people can come in and vote. If it's not open, you can't come in and vote. You got to go somewhere else.
Right, exactly. All right, anything more on that one, Shane?
No, I don't think so.
All right, what's your next topic?
Well, we do have the Lincoln Reagan dinner coming up March 29th. It's at the Yogo Inn, and it starts at, doors open basically at 5 o'clock, 5:30, and we're not selling tickets in advance, so $40 at the door per person, and if you want to sponsor a table of 8, that's $320. But what you'll get there is your people locally running for office, anywhere from, from myself as a representative, Senator Barry Usher for this area, but also local, like the treasurer and other things that people are running to get voted in for. So all your public servants who need to be voted in should be there. State level wise, we tried to get Dan Wilson to come. It's his wife's birthday that day, unfortunately. He'd be a really good one to get, and I'll keep plugging for Dan Wilson because we want to get him in on that Montana Supreme Court.
And this is a good time to sit down and because they'll stand up and tell kind of what they're running for, but
Yes.
also it's a good time afterwards to give some questions and then talk to them one-on-one too. I'm understanding, right?
Exactly, you bet. And it's they're going to give up, and I don't know how long we're going to have to tell our story and what our priorities are, what our philosophy and visions are. Probably about 10 minutes, I'm guessing.
Okay.
But we got to, then after that, we can have those one-on-one conversations that are arguably more important than the presentation.
Yeah. But this is a great way to know who's running in the county or who's running in your district and get some time with them and maybe answer some of the questions that you have.
Correct.
All right. And that's when, Shane, again?
That is March 29th. It is a Sunday. People question why is it a Sunday. The effort was to make sure that Lincoln Reagan dinners didn't overlap each other so that the people, statewide candidates, can come to each one rather than have to decide they're going to come, they're not going to come based on which one they think is more important for their campaign.
Okay.
So we're hoping to get, some more state level folks at our place. I do know we're going to get Senate Majority Leader, President of Montana Senate, actually, Matt Regier is going to come. He gives a good perspective on what's going on in state politics. So it'd just be worth listening to him if that's the only one you come for. But you should come for everybody.
Okay. Well, and then as the time gets closer, you'll have a better idea who's
Yes.
going to be there. And then I do have one question because you're selling tickets at the door, but for tables, you
Yeah.
have to know ahead of time for tables.
Yeah, for tables ahead of time, it's $320. We'll sponsor a table of 8.
Okay.
And we do need to know that so we can set the table aside for you.
Okay.
So we can make that work for you.
Okay, sounds good. Anything else on that one?
I don't think so.
All right. 4th of July next, or you got a couple other things in between there?
Well, let's do. You remember very well. Yeah, 4th of July. Folks, is coming up. It's not too soon to plan for 4th of July. This is a big year. It's a semi-quincentennial, which means it's the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And there's a committee, Fergus County America 250 Committee, headed by Jennifer Saunders, that has subcommittees to do certain parts of this planning. And my committee is the Civic Education Committee. And the Civic Education Committee is, we're in charge of presenting the flag, also the reenactment of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, which is where my heart's at. That's what I want to do. And then also we have, activities planned for what was happening here in central Montana in the late 1770s. And we're going to learn about that. And there's other committees have to do with promotion, and then also just putting together the whole day activities as far as anywhere starting with the parade, or if there's activities before the parade, like a run, which there is, parade, and then after the parade, whatever is happening traditionally, we're not going to get in the way of. That's going to still happen. And then we're going to bring back the component of going out to the fairgrounds, and that's where the ceremony for presenting the flags and the reenactment. And they're going to have what kind of trades were that time period, like flint knapping and things like that out at the fairgrounds, and then stick around to basically used to be back in the day where people went there, and that's where they spent the afternoon waiting for the fireworks. And apparently we've gotten away from that because I really don't know why. I can't say why because.
Don't ask me either,
but you talk to the older people, they are very aware of what happened back then, a while back, and they're very excited about helping out and making that, into the family afternoon waiting for the fireworks.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping people will plan on staying around central Montana to go to the central Montana celebration of the nation's 250th birthday of the Declaration of Independence.
And the reenactment of signing will be in the Trade Center.
Yes, down at the Trade Center. We're trying to decide if it's going to be outside on the stage or inside on the stage. Inclement weather, depending. We got to make some decisions there and either, just decide ahead of time, assuming it's going to be inclement weather. We hope it's not.
Right.
We want it to be nice.
In July, you never know.
Yeah. Yes. So it's a big planning event. It's really going to take a lot of time, and there are also some supplemental grant request opportunities out there for 501c3s who are in support of this effort that the county's headed up. The county got $8,500 to help fund the activities that don't normally happen, or maybe help boost the activities that do happen. And then there's a supplemental grant opportunity out there that, as an example, for the reenactment of the signing of the Declaration, the Judith Mountain Players have agreed to do that, supplied the committee of five, so 5 actors for the purpose of doing this. And there may be some expenses that come with that, such as the backdrop to the stage. My vision is to have John Trumbull's 1818 painting of his rendition of the signing of the Declaration of Independence as a stage backdrop. And that's going to take something, because you're going to have to print that up, and you just don't walk out and buy them.
No, that doesn't just happen, does it?
Right.
But that will be fun to have the reenactment and all that at the fairgrounds. Let's put it that way.
Right.
So, do you still need committee members or people to help with that?
I think we're doing pretty good on committee members. We're going to cross-pollinate some, because some of the committee's responsibilities overlap somewhat. The activities that we, in my committee, are part of, as far as what was going on in central Montana at that point in time, kind of overlaps with some of the other things going on in other committees.
It sounds like it's coming together all really well, though.
Yes, so far we got time. We have time, so we really need to up front get those, because today is the day that the portal opens for additional grant requests.
Okay.
So for those committees that want to, or there's other entities out there that want to put in for monies to help them present what they want to present, that portal opened today, and I don't know how long it stays open.
Okay.
But they can request up to $5,000. And I've been told by the head of the Montana Semi-Quincentennial America 250 committee that don't just come in and request $5,000. You come in and have a list. This is what our expenditures are. If it's $3,282, have a document there showing this is what it's going to take.
Okay. Because that will help them out a little bit, instead of just saying, "Hey, we want $5,000 to put this on," or whatever.
Right.
They probably run a breakdown of kind of what you want to spend it on.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. You want to, be legit, basically, so when it gets down to it.
Okay. All right, Shane, you got anything else?
We got, in Grass Range the other night, we had 4 Out and Waiting. That was on Tuesday night. And 4 Out and Waiting this time topic was fire prevention and preparedness. And the Farmers Union put that on. We had a great attendance there. It packed the fire district hall there. And FFA fundraiser taco bar was there also. The Farmers Union provided the food, and the FFA kids got all the money from their proceeds to help fund their efforts out there. The Fergus County Sheriff Ryan Peterson was there. The Fergus County DES coordinator there was there. Steve Fanning and Andrew was there, and just to give, updates on fire and how we work together, and mutual aid support and automatic aid and those kind of things. And I can kind of believe that we dodged the bullet last year as far as major fires locally.
Yep.
And every year could be a bad year unless we get the right rains at the right time like we did last year. So being prepared is not a lost cause, because you might need that preparedness
Right.
to get you through it.
Yep, exactly. But those are good classes, because 99% of our firefighters are volunteers out in central Montana.
Oh yes, yeah. The only paid fire department in the county is here in Lewistown. Everybody else is volunteer.
So thank a volunteer, and there's different steps. We'll talk to DNRC there at next. They need some firefighters, but we'll also talk a little bit of fire safety around your place too.
Right.
Because now is the time to prepare, instead of the lot when it gets hot in summer and dry.
Right. And they also came out with the county-wide CWPP's county-wide preparedness plan about evacuation orders and things like that. That document helps them with just coordinating these things as they happen, rather than wait until they happen, then trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
So it's a coordinating document, and among other things, but it coordinates stuff.
Yeah. All right, Shane, anything? Got a couple more minutes. You got anything else?
Yeah, we had a group of folks show up at the county commission meeting the other day, and it was about data centers, and that's a big topic. We
It is.
dealt with that in the legislature. It needs more attention, and there is a data center seminar open house here at the Council on Aging on March 19th at 6 p.m. I encourage people to attend because we need to make sure we're hearing facts so that we can make decisions based on that. And there's a lot of, I think, misinformation available out there that is believable. So we need to make sure we know what the facts are,
Yep.
and make sure that we don't do something based on information that isn't actual.
And when is that again, Shane?
That is March 19th at the Council on Aging at 6 p.m.
Okay.
for the data center seminar open house.
All right. Anything else on your list?
Now, just happy that I'm teaching the Constitution homeschoolers on Wednesdays at 9 and today, Thursdays at 11:30, excuse me. And great bunch of kids. They're inquisitive. They ask questions. They really challenge me. And I got to say, adults need to catch up too. These kids are doing good.
Oh, good.
So,
All right.
no, that's great. I enjoy that a lot. That brings me to Lewistown twice a week at least. I'm here more than 3 or 4 times a week, but those are definites.
All right. How do they get a hold of you, Shane?
Well, people can get a hold of me by calling me, 406-217-6107, 406-217-6107, and go to my webpage, shaneclacken.com, and click around there. They can also learn on my webpage how I form a vote. It's not an emotional event. It's a very methodical event. You can learn that there. And then also I'm on Facebook, Shane Clacken for Montana, X, Instagram, and what's the other one?
YouTube.
YouTube, yes. I do have a YouTube channel now where all these videos get stored, so you can go back and look at them later.
All right.
So thank you.
All right. And I will be right back after this. Was the Fergus County going to put up at the fairgrounds? Were they going to put a tent up? Because we have that. I think that.